Are you ready to introduce your donkey to the saddle? The adventures you can have with your saddle donkey are endless. Have you thought about trail riding, riding in a club, even a horse club with your donkey, gymkhana games, or mule days where it's only mules and donkeys? Maybe you want to ride in a parade or take your donkey with you hunting. Teach your donkey to ride and let the adventures begin. Sometimes we go to train and we have a thought of how it's going to be in our mind. Today was one of those days for me. I went to go introduce the saddle to Daphne, thinking it was going to be as smooth as could be, thinking it was so smooth with every other one. I started without using oats, and she, as you could see a little bit ago there, she was moving around a ton. I like to use oats along with advance and retreat. So sometimes when we go in, it can be hard to change our mindset if we think something is going to be one way and we need to change. Today I was thinking for sure I was going to put the saddle on her, and I was going too fast for what Daphne needed. We're going to talk next about what to do when your donkey is nervous. Donkeys, just like horses, can go into the flight, fight, or freeze mode. Donkeys are notorious for going into freeze mode. They actually will stop and they'll be like a statue. You can't make them move to save your life. But today, Daphne is a little bit more in the flight mode, wanting to move her feet. Now, the 5 tips that I have for you when you're training your saddle donkey, one is to use oats. It helps your donkey focus on something pleasant while introducing the new things. I view it as paying them for the desired behavior. Advance and retreat is the number 2. You can advance and retreat without oats. However, as you can see in the video, once we brought oats into the picture, it really helped her calm down a lot. She's focused on the pay for her behavior rather than wanting to move her feet as much. Number 3 is if they're nervous about the saddle, introduce the saddle pad and the saddle separately. We really do not want that saddle or the pad to fall off when you're saddling them. So this is going to help ensure that we're able to hang on to the saddle or the saddle pad and nothing falls off to cause them unnecessary fright. 4, when you're tightening up the cinch, to go slowly. They really can get in a habit of holding their breath, and you could have that saddle so tight you think they're going to pop them. And then after they sit for a little bit, it's so loose you could fit your hand through it, or like your fist or your arm. So we really want to help them learn to go slow. Right there, you saw her take off. I was tightening up the cinch, and it wasn't the cinch tightening, it was the sound. So desensitize that to the sound as well. 5 is to be prepared to give them a lot of soak time. Now I have this video playing at like 5.5 times the speed of the real video, but we really want them to have a lot of soak time. That's where they're really going to absorb the lesson. We're going to leave them alone. When they're having their soak time, we're not necessarily going to pet them or touch them or talk to them. We're just going to let them sit and soak in the lesson. I believe that soak time is the most important part of any equine's training. There is a saying, you have to train a donkey the way you should train a horse. Soak time is when they really learn. Soak time is what will help them remember, and soak time will help them have good coping skills. Looking forward to being with you, even if they're doing something that's a little bit scary, or wanting to come back with you after they've calmed down. I have found that using oats in conjunction with advance and retreat works the best. Allowing your donkey to learn while having payment for the desired behavior, introducing the saddle pad and the saddle separately helps to ensure nothing falls from their back, causing that unnecessary fright. Tightening your cinch slowly will help your donkey not develop the habit of holding their breath. And lastly, ensure soak time will help your donkey have great coping skills and keep you safe on your adventures. Now, after we have that saddle on and it's tightened up, I like to do a little bit of groundwork. The reason I like to do this groundwork is as she moves, she's going to feel that the cinch tighten up, especially as she's bending. So doing circles, disengaging the hind end, moving all 4 of their feet on purpose. Another thing that I like to do is to do the half circles along the fence, and that's what we're doing right now. And here I'm trying to give her lots of soak time to help make sure that she's taking in the lesson. I really want this all to be a good experience. And what happened today was I was going too fast for her. Soak time is so important. It's easy for us to get into our head of what we want or what we think things should be like. So it's very important to slow down and give them their soak time. I want, when she is all done, I want her to be in a very good state of mind. And that soak time is what's going to get us there. I want you guys to imagine going on a trail ride or doing gymkhana, all the fun things you can do, all the adventures you're going to have with your donkeys. Now here, each time she goes through, I want her to go through often enough that when I offer for her to stop, that she wants to stop on her own. So because she's a little bit worked up right now, she's not taking me up on the offer to stop when I ask. So we'll just have her keep going through back and forth. And then I'm hoping that when I stop my body language, she will just stop along with me. But here right now, she keeps missing it. So I'm going to have her go through again. You see, my body language is still saying go. I'm leaning a little bit forward. My arms are out. When she's going between you and the fence, make sure your rope arm is straight ahead of you so she doesn't walk over top of you. So I'm still letting her know with my body language that I want her to keep moving. So here, and I'll sometimes slap the ground with the flag. I don't always touch them when I'm firming up. Sometimes I will, but I'll try to even sometimes just slap the ground, maybe slap the fence, wave it. And there, I put my arms down, but she missed it. So now I'm asking her to go through again. And we're going to keep asking her to go through. I don't want to offer for her to stop every time because I want her to want to stop. So here I'm going to have her go through more before I offer her that stop again. And you can see my body language. I'm upright, leaning forward a tad. My arms are up and out, giving her direction. There, I just stopped. Okay, so I put my arms down and she missed it. So if they miss it, I'm not going to firm up with them. I'm not going to do anything other than ask them to go through again. Because eventually she's going to be like, oh yeah, I want to stop. And this is good. So here I'm still just asking her to go through. I don't want to offer her to stop sooner. There, my body language stopped. And what I did there was I asked her to stop before she was straight in front of me. And the reason is it can be a little bit scary for them to stop when they're right in front of me. So here I'm looking for a way I can get her to win. I want to set her up for success. So by offering her the stop before she got straight in front of me, it gave her the opportunity to say, oh, okay, I'm not so nervous. And then in a little bit here, she's going to have that long break, you guys. That's that soak time that I've been talking about. But then in a little bit, it's nice and it's fun to see if you can get them to take one step. So my movement is kind of small. And she just kept going. So now I'm just going to send her again. Again, there's no consequence if they miss the opportunity. We want them to think through what we're asking. There, did you see me put my arms down? I was offering her the stop again. So because she's still a little bit worked up, it's going to be in our best interest just to have her go through more times before I offer the stop. But there she picked up on my cues. She's learning to read my body language. Now, if your donkey is wanting to be petted, that's okay. Go ahead and pet them. But if you can avoid it and let them just have their calm soak time, that's when they're really going to learn. The love and the hugs and the pets are all great things, but not necessarily all at once. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button so you can get more informative videos on mastering unique skills. And I would love to hear your own experiences or tips in the comment section. Thanks for watching.